all about mortality and purging corruption and giving merciful release from suffering. They're a lot about the cycle of life and death. The Order of Hermes are very typical like wizards. They're like the Harry Potter type wizards. They're all about spell lists and magic wands and all that kind of stuff. Very there's a reason they're called Order of Hermes because they have a very defined structure and like they have schools and things like that where people learn. In this world, maybe Hogwarts is maybe not a real thing, but like maybe J.K. Rowling is like taken over by some wizard who's trying to perpetuate the Order of Hermes, to recruit more people and make more people get awakened and stuff like that, so that they can boost their numbers up, And more than that, maybe putting a lot more magic and things like that in the media so that people believe that it could happen,
We'll get to meet her in the UK.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Also, with these, can it be that we have a bit of conflict with them, like with the ones we choose?
Conflict
not,
as in
like sort of minor, just like if we're in Order of Hermes, just like we started off that way, but then we sort of
we sort of
that
can be a thing.
Yeah, we're sort of just like not very diligent or just like don't really agree with all the like rigorous training.
Yeah, I mean it's probably your mentor was probably this tradition, but maybe you don't quite agree with it all. But now that you've learned how to do magic and you're way, maybe it's not such a big a deal. Problem that you're not properly part of a tradition. It's just you have a lot of influence from them.
Okay.
There is the Society of Ether, and these are the guys that believe in science with a capital S, 3 exclamation marks. They're like steampunk or sometimes radical technology, things like that. The best explanation I've heard is like a combination and Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes, who pulls out his texter and gets a cardboard box, writes transmogrifier on it, and then gets into the box and comes out a tiger or something like that. Just and in their mind it's science. It works that way, and they could describe how it works and why it works and why it only works for them. But in the reality of things, they are doing magic when they do that. They're pretty cool. I like them. The Verbena, who are very primal, nature-driven. They're like the witchiest one.
Totally going with that one.
Yeah, like voodoo type stuff. Yeah, I know, man. Voodoo type stuff happens with the Verbena, and the very typical, bubble, toil and trouble type deal. That's the Verbena. They're all about that. There's the Virtual Adepts. Virtual Adepts are about reality hacking and trying to either rebuild the world through, just rewriting its fundamental code, making a new world, making a new, virtual reality or somewhere that people can go like that.
Yeah.
There is also the Technocratic Union, which has a couple of traditions, but I'm not be part of them.
It's too boring to explain.
We're realists.
There is also, like I was saying, I'll let you choose from Holy Ones as well. So the Holy Ones are ones that laugh at all kinds of all like that and thinks that the traditions are a waste of time. You can only trust yourself.
You're a bit laggy from me, Squid. Are you laggy for anyone else?
Yeah.
Just me?
No, I can hear it too.
Just a bit.
Maybe a downloading.
I can hear it as well. But it's not bad enough to
it's not
not
the
make me
worst,
understand
but
what you're saying.
it's a bit. Yeah, it's just it cuts out words sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when you said the Calvin and Hobbes thing, I didn't hear what you said with that. Like you said, like, and Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh, Nikola Tesla.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, as an
Yeah.
example, that's how.
Yep.
I wonder it blanked out that word.
Like, what?
I wonder what?
All right. So has everybody got an idea of sort of?
I already picked one.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Silvano said he was going to get Casciano. Jason.
I reckon maybe Order of Hermes.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. That's probably going to the thing of just like I was trained in a more traditional sort of mage wizard. That I'm just like, yeah, nah, I'm gonna do it my own way.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna use my own methods to evoke magic and not wear stupid robes.
Yeah. All right. Alex.
Virtual edit, baby.
Yeah.
Create
Shannon?
my own world.
Verbena? Is that how you say it?
Yeah. The Verbena. Yep.
Yeah.
And Mr. Funkytown.
Swizzle McFunkytown.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm part of any of them yet, but I've probably been like contacted by the Celestial Chorus.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
do you want to be? Are you an orphan for now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So with choosing your tradition, you should have a look in that list there on page 251. Each one of those, like for example, the Kashyana, they have the affinity spheres of mind or life. You should choose one of those, and that will be your affinity sphere.
Wow, so many choices for me.
Is there only one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, forces. Yeah,
Yeah, same with mine.
yeah. So,
Wait, where are we choosing? Sorry? Oh, spheres. Okay.
Wait, Squid,
No.
is mine life or forces, or is it one?
yeah, life or forces. So you choose either life.
Okay.
Yep. And on the character sheet down with the box next to it, just chuck in there something in whichever one's your affinity sphere.
So where was that?
On the character sheet in spheres, yeah, so it goes like attributes, abilities, spheres. There's like a little
Yeah.
box next to each one of the things. Just chuck in there that's your affinity sphere.
Okay.
In the typing box.
Yeah. I will be back in 1 sec.
Oh, there's an explanation of the spheres on 253.
Okay.
Ah, the correspondence.
Yeah.
Alrighty, sorry about that.
So, would
Oh.
space-time count as an elemental energy?
No, space time. So space is correspondence, and time is its own sphere. Time. So
Okay. So that pretty much screws up my whole idea for that.
that won't be your only sphere. You'll get to put points in other spheres as well.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry about that. You can have like you have 3 or 4 different spheres that you can points into. Also, you should note at the top of the thing next to nature, it says tradition. You should write which tradition you have.
So what do we write in the thing? Do we just go like my affinity?
Yeah, whatever you want to do, just to mark it as that's your affinity
I
sphere.
wrote in there this one.
So in that case, I might choose a different thing. I'm actually considering going with the Court of Ecstasy.
Where is the
Do it.
description of the thingy?
Do it, Jason.
Where's the what?
The description of like the spheres.
253.
253 down the bottom.
Yeah, bottom left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might do it.
Do it.
Might change my tradition to Cult of Ecstasy.
Okay. It's important to note that the cult of ecstasy, they're not drug addicts. They use them, sparingly to give themselves break down barriers in their mind. They're not. It's not going to be like a heroin addict is part of the cult of ecstasy. You know what I mean?
Or is it?
So that
Yeah, I guess
explains
I
it.
could go in that direction if I wanted. Yeah, but I reckon it kind of suits his character.
Yep.
He definitely wouldn't object to having to do that.
It'd be like the Rastafarians, how they use marijuana as a religious sacrament.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, in that case, I'll choose time as my thing.
So your affinity sphere, when you roll for magic using that sphere, 10s count as 2 successes. So I guess it gives you a little bit of a boost when you're rolling magic in that sphere. Alrighty, so I guess the next thing we discuss the ability. There's 3 types of ability: talents, skills, and knowledges. And these are right in the middle of your character sheet. There's a big old list of them, and there are more than just that list. There are some secondary things as well if you're looking for something very specific. So just like we did with the attributes, how the 5 points and with the abilities, there's one column gets 13, one column gets 9, and third column gets 5. 13, 9, 5.
9. I think it was me actually. Yeah.
It was me.
Okay.
All right. As well as those things, there is also craft skills. So if you wanted to be a cook, you would say crow. Or if you wanted to, I don't know, art already a thing, but yeah. So if you wanted to be a blacksmith, you could say craft brackets blacksmith, and you can put that in one of the boxes. Maybe if you want to add something to the list, just ask me which column it goes in. There is a list of some of the specialist skills. They're called secondary abilities. And I will find out where they are.
Page
Some
2,
neatness.
8-9 to 300 Squid. Secondary abilities, is that
so
what you're
laggy.
looking for?
Yeah, secondary abilities. So there's things like animal kinsmanship, blatancy is a fun one that convinces people that you're doing a flash mob. There's carousing, which is like partying. Dough, which is something I spent the last week reading up on. It's like that martial arts thing that he's into. Flying affinity is pretty cool. If you want to fly around in your broomstick, you'll. Things like rituals, lucid dreaming, seduction, acrobatics, archery, biotech, energy weapons, hypertech. Those two things are for the technology that the technocracy have. There's also jetpack as a secondary skill.
What was
Riding.
that one we were talking about before? The one with the that like sucks out energy or something with my fists or whatever.
That's the prime magic sphere. That's later. It's not a skill. These are mundane abilities. Generally
So they don't
speaking.
affect magic at all?
Yeah, I already finished my abilities.
Not usually. There are certain situations where you'll roll a skill to help you do some magic. You know, for
So
example,
if
if your
I,
magic
like,
is tied up in artwork, you need to make a piece of art first. Making that artwork, if it's better art, it'll be easier to do magic.
So
you know?
if I make a gun in my virtual reality, well, I'll need firearms to shoot that gun.
Yeah. So using firearms make it easier for you to do that kind of gun magic.
So how does it work again with the points? Do we choose like skills or knowledge and then put points in
Yeah, talent, skills, or knowledge. Yeah, pick either talent, skills, or knowledge to get 13 points. So let's say you want a lot of skills, you'll put 13 points in each of those, like in some of those skills. And then maybe you want 9 points in knowledges, so you'll distribute 9 points amongst the knowledges, and so
okay.
similar sort of thing to the attributes. With the abilities, sorry, I forgot to mention, you have to have maximum 3 at this time. Maximum 3 points in any one ability. And Silvano for Doe, you can have maximum 2 for Doe.
Yep, already done it.
Cool.
Say maximum 3.
Maximum 3 in any one skill.
Damn it.
So that's only for skills or all abilities?
For all abilities, maximum
Okay.
3 in any one thing. Sorry,
Okay.
I said skill.
Fair enough.
It's just a bit awkward because there's attributes, abilities, and advantages. They're all A words, and it's sort of.
Yeah.
So from now on, if I say skill, I mean abilities.
Wait, so you mean we can only have 3 in each of the trees,
Yeah, so
or
you're
a maximum of
no.
3?
You're only
In the
allowed 3 in
points.
firearms, for example.
Okay, yeah, I get you. Damn it.
I know what you would do.
Yeah. Well, I maxed out. I was trying to max out technology, and then the rest were like average and skills. So, what would expression be in the talents? Is that like expressing how I feel about something? Or...
Yeah, expression is getting across to people what you mean or how you feel, or an actor would have good expression as well. And empathy is sort of the inverse of that. Understanding how other people what they mean or feel.
Why would I want to do that?
Actually, as an art critic, you would probably have to empathy.
Because you'll have to understand.
Well,
To
I don't have to be a
understand-
good one.
Yeah, well, that's true. You don't have to be a good art critic. Oh, I love that.
Nobody said I had to be a good one.
This is true of rock stars as well. There's plenty of rock stars that are rubbish at music.
But everything in charisma.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I probably have a bit of empathy. Not too much though. Don't want to contaminate myself with other people's emotions.
Yeah,
Right.
that's it.
Mine are much more important.
Yeah.
What would academics be? That's like knowing
Academics
like
is
basic literature stuff. Like, there's not
yeah.
literature.
or whatever. But yeah, you know,
is like
Enigma is
like
like figuring out puzzles and riddles. And,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, what was the split again for the different thing? For the bonus points?
13, 9, and 5.
Okay.
1395.
Mm-hmm.
Cosmology.
What's esoterica?
Esoterica. Esoterica. No. Core abilities. Esoterica comes in many forms of knowledge. Astrology, yoga, demonology, the lore of stones, even the secret code languages of occult societies. So it's like mystic traditions, knowing things like if you wanted to do tarot cards, Esoterica would be a jam. Yeah, game-wise, Esoterica reflects your pursuit, which suggests the practices and instruments for your magical focus. So it's probably not something that you would be massively into. Your character.
My last point. Cosmology is obviously like space stuff, isn't it?
It's like makeup and stuff.
No, it's not. This trait reflects a working knowledge of the puzzle other world beyond the earthly plane. I think it's other dimensions rather than other planets and stars and things.
Let's put 1 point. Well, maybe 2 years.
Yeah, so if you want to do any dimensional traveling, or some of you are going to want cosmology.
I probably won't be doing that actually.
I might get a bit of cosmology at least.
Probably just put 1 point in, because why not?
Well, as a Cult of Ecstasy guy, you probably would have visited other worlds before. You know, the Maya. The Maya is like the dream world. So you would have been there, and a few other places. You know, that's sort of what the Cult of Ecstasy are into and do. That's their jam. All right.
Okay. So do we have to pick specialties of the science thing?
No. Science will give you most scientific applications. Physics, chemistry. I think biology is its own thing, is it? Maybe not.
Biology's on there, yeah.
Yeah, so probably not biology, but physics and chemistry.
No, as in like, it's in the specialty of the science thing.
Oh, is it? Sorry, what page are you on?
I'm on 288.
Yes, you have to pick a specialty.
Okay.
says almost any hard scientific field, and then it says soft or social science fall under the academic knowledge instead. So,
So
and
why
then it
is
has a list of scientific specialties as well: aeronautics, astronomy, biology, biopsychology, chemistry, computer science, cybernetics, electronics, engineering, forensic pathology, genetics research, geology, hypermathematics, mathematics, metallurgy, paraphysics, phylogeny, I don't know what that is, physics, or psychodynamics.
okay? So does that mean we could have science multiple times with different specialties?
I would think so. It says, as with crafts, you define one specialty for your character's primary science and then purchase different specialties to reflect different sciences.
So we do that with every point?
Let me look up what it says about crafts. When purchasing this skill, you must define a specialty for your character, even if you don't have the usual 4 dots in the trait. This specialty defines a type of craft, but science that you pursue, and you get the bonuses once you achieve at least 4 dots in that field. If you want your character to have several crafts, they should be purchased separately. A mechanic who's also good with ceramics, woodworking, and home repair, for example, have several different craft specialties to reflect their ability with each one. Yes, if you want multiple disciplines, then you must add them to the list
Okay.
as separate specialties. That is also true of martial arts, Sylvain.
What's up?
You have to choose a specialty for your martial arts. It could be
Oh, yeah, I should probably look at martial
Kaido,
arts.
Judo, Karate, Muay Thai, Wei Lang
What page is
Chun.
this?
281 talks about it. It's just the full description of martial arts. All right. Is everyone done with their?
No.
What are we done with?
Yeah, distributing your points in.
I've done that ages ago.
Yeah. Some people are still going.
Yeah, I'm done.